Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
2 teens were shot and killed, and now police have arrested a 20-year-old suspect. This morning, the evidence they say links him to the chilling attack.
Plus, why Edgewood ISD board members voted to censure one of their own.
And a Texas deputy left dangling off an overpass. Look at that, a dramatic rescue, and how he ended up there in the first place. And we're here right now. Good morning. Welcome into GMSA.
Yes, thanks so much for waking up with us again. Happy Tuesday. Let's get right over to meteorologist Justin Horn. Yesterday, it was beautiful outside. Please tell me today is going to be the same way.
Mostly. The one difference will be that it will be a little hotter during the afternoon. But I will tell you this, I'm not in the business of telling people what to do, but go outside. Do it now because the temperatures are incredible. 68 degrees right now in San Antonio, 60 in Kerrville, 61 in Fredericksburg. So it's entirely possible that we'll see some 50s on the map this morning, at least up in the hills. Not here in San Antonio, but again, it feels great. Now, the flip side to this, yes, it will warm up quickly. And by 10 a.m., we're at 78, 85 at noontime, 89 at 2 o'clock, and eventually we'll reach a high right around 92. Yesterday, we hit about 87, so it'll be 5 degrees or so warmer this afternoon, but skies will be perfectly sunny. Hey, real quick, I did want to touch on the fact that we are now at 20 days of 100 or above here in 2025. The big question is, do we have any more triple digits in the forecast, or are we done? We'll take a look at the numbers for you coming up in just a couple of minutes. Guys.
Thank you, Justin. We got a 21-year-old man dead this morning, and now San Antonio police need your help finding who pulled the trigger. Police say that back on September the 1st, 21-year-old Aaron Collins was chased around his Westwood Loop apartment and shot in the chest. Investigators say that the suspect, who is now wanted for murder, got away in a silver Mercedes with a lighted front emblem and damage to the rear driver's side bumper. A white GMC pickup also seen nearby. Anyone with any information urged to contact San Antonio police. You could get a cash reward of up to $5,000.
But this morning, a suspect in a capital murder case is now under arrest. 20-year-old Joshua Reyes is accused of killing 2 teenagers back in July of 2022. The victims were 15-year-old Emiliano Rojas and 14-year-old Edgar Menchaca. San Antonio police say the suspect and the victims connected on social media to meet for a THC vape exchange. After they met, investigators say Reyes shot the 2 while they were in a car. Investigators also say a witness told them they saw Reyes pick up shell casings after the shooting. Detectives say Reyes' DNA matched the vapes that they found at the crime scene. Investigators say they are not looking for any more suspects.
This morning, a 16-year-old in the hospital after being shot by a San Antonio police officer, but they say that he was shot after they attacked with a knife. It happened on Dixon Avenue near Southwest Military and Pleasanton Road. Police say that it started after a 911 call reporting someone was harming themselves. Chief William McManus says that when 2 officers arrived, the team came out of the home and threw a knife at one of them. The chief says officers tried to back away and use a taser, but it didn't work. And that's when one officer fired, hitting the teen in the shoulder and leg. This marks the 3rd time in the past 2.5 weeks that an SAPD officer had to shoot someone after being attacked.
This morning, investigators with the Bexar County Sheriff's Office are looking for the person who shot and killed a man. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office says the victim was found at a home in a neighborhood south of Highway 90 near 211 in far west Bexar County last night. Investigators say he had been arguing with a group of people. One person opened fire and then left the scene with 2 other people.
A judge has now granted Brad Simpson more communication with his son. He is the man charged in the murder of his wife, Suzanne Simpson, after she disappeared nearly a year ago. Previously, they only connected through letters. A judge allowed phone calls as long as there was no conversation about the case. Well, prosecutors were also given a deadline extension. The state now has until September the 22nd to fix a formatting issue for evidence handed over in the murder trial. The defense couldn't open the files because of that issue, so now both sides will meet again on September the 22nd when a trial date could be set.
This morning, Uvalde CISD's board says their new legal team will work to release all of the district's records from the Robb Elementary School shooting.
As KSAT investigates, Daniela Ibarra explains this comes more than a month after a judge ordered the district to hand over everything.
The board says they didn't need to vote last night because they had already voted last month to release everything. They did ask their newly hired legal team to work on handing over what our attorneys believe could be close to 1 million documents. The board talked about the records with their new attorneys, Thompson Horton, for 2 hours behind closed doors last night. KSAT 12 and other news agencies have spent the last 3 years in a court battle to see these records. We want to get a better understanding of what led up to and what happened on May 24th of 2022. Before last night, the board voted to release records twice, but they didn't give us everything. Our attorneys say we're missing records about former Uvalde CISD Police Chief Pete Arredondo, emails and texts about classroom doors and locks, and more records about the shooter. Several board members say their other legal representation, Walsh Gallegos, misled them. 2 people directly affected by the shooting described the pain from that delay.
This is exhausting. This is like never-ending lies, betrayal, and cover-ups.
I don't know what you have to do to get the truth out of people, but if you want to move on in this town, we need the answers.
The board didn't say when we would get to see those records for ourselves. They did say that newly hired legal firm is working to hand over everything quickly. For GMSA, I'm Daniela Ibarra.
All right, Daniela, thank you. Last night, Edgewood ISD board members voted to censure one of their own for allegedly violating several district policies. So this comes just weeks after a woman was arrested at one of the district's board meetings for speaking over her time during public comment. Yesterday's meeting was to make a decision on sanctions against trustee Michael Valdez. He's accused of speaking publicly against the board and violating the district's ethics policy, something Valdez denies.
Just for speaking up, you call, this board calls a special board meeting to censor me. It's just ridiculous how much money you're putting into this. And I am going to continue to speak up for injustice.
Now, Valdez will no longer be able to run for board officer next year. He's also now required to get more ethics training before next month.
All right, this morning, people in Texas' hemp industry breathing a sigh of relief because when state lawmakers ended their special legislative session, they didn't pass a ban on THC. Now, that's the main psychoactive component in marijuana. Some state leaders think that it should be regulated like the way alcohol is regulated, but others, like Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, say the THC should be outright banned. Before people in the hemp industry gets too comfortable, here's what Governor Greg Abbott said.
THC, the hemp products that didn't get done, are you willing to wait till 27, or you can maybe thinking about a callback sometime around January?
I would say stay tuned on that. Something may be happening soon.
Now, again, the next regular legislative session will be in 2027. On September the 1st, certain vapes, specifically nicotine ones, disguised as school supplies made in China or anything containing cannabinoid, were banned. That means the stores can't sell THC vapes, but they can sell edibles or stuff that you can roll and smoke. Now, I want you to stop what you're doing and look right here at this scene. You see this right here? Very shocking. This happened in Lubbock where 2 sheriff's deputies were seriously injured in a crash on Interstate 27. One of them ended up dangling over the overpass. The Lubbock County Sheriff's Office says that the deputies were helping a stranded motorist when a semi-truck collided with their patrol unit. They got trapped between their car and a guardrail. Bystanders at a nearby gas station quickly came over to help.
I heard a crash. Someone had hit that cruiser and pinned those 2 guys up against the wall. And we just saw it. We got our ladder. So the only thing we can do is just grab it and help out as best we can.
Definitely a scary sight to see. Both deputies taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Expected to be okay, though. One other person was also hurt in the crash. South Korea considers the U.S. its closest ally, but that relationship may now be strained. That's after Immigration and Customs Enforcement recently detained about 300 South Koreans at a Hyundai LG plant in Georgia. South Korea's foreign minister is in Washington today working to ease those tensions, but some of the Koreans could be flown home as early as tomorrow. The Georgia plant supposed to open next year. It's Hyundai's first U.S. facility dedicated to electric vehicles and batteries.
Okay, coming up on 5:10 on this Tuesday morning, and RJ is enjoying a day off today, so we're going to tag team the traffic and try to keep you on time this morning. Right now, you should be on time if you are getting ready to go just about anywhere. All of these white icons, by the way, are cameras and everything that RJ would usually have at his disposal, and he's so good at using these. But otherwise, there are no major accidents. You can see really no red or yellow that would indicate any major slowing right now. Just some typical construction. There's a few little shades of purple up here on the northwest side in the Helotes area, where we've seen construction there at 1604 and I-10. And then, of course, this typical construction right here on the northeast side that RJ's been talking about for a very long time. Otherwise, no major accidents to report right now. But we do have Alex Gomez, and unfortunately, he's at a scene where it looks like a truck is going on a flatbed right now. Gomez, what's going on?
Yeah, good morning, Ernie. And it's only going to be a minor accident over here on the south side. It's going to be 35 southbound, and it's right on the exit to Casson Road and Somerset Road right here. So just know that this exit is going to be closed and the right lane is going to be blocked on 35 southbound. So if you just take that early exit, take that Palo Alto Road exit, you should be fine this morning, Ernie.
Okay, very good, sir. So yeah, so it's super early still, not a major impact on the highway, but something we'll continue to keep an eye on, and we'll check in with Alex again coming up in just a little bit.
All right, outside with Live Cam, and by the way, I find out Alex, he may have a jacket on this morning. It's a little chilly. It's not chilly. It just feels great out there. Temperatures are in the 60s. It's beautiful, beautiful morning underway. Number of 100-degree days. We're at 20. Are we done? We'll take a look at the stats for you coming up.
5:11 right now. Up next, we got a first look at some new iPhones, iPads, and watches Apple is debuting today.
5:14 now. We continue to follow a trending story here. Two parents facing some horrific accusations.
Yeah, they are accused of using handcuffs on their own children. After doing some more digging, though, we found that the story doesn't end there. Erica Hernandez looked through their arrest affidavit and spoke with the expert about the long-term effects of child abuse.
Behind me is the home where investigators say two little girls were alleged to be handcuffed to their beds by their own parents as a form of punishment. David Gonzalez and Anita Valdez were arrested last week. Jail records show both are charged with injury to a child and unlawful restraint. The two are accused of handcuffing their young daughters, just 6 and 7 years old, and leaving them bound for hours. Another child in the home also told police they were also handcuffed to the bed and forced to eat hot peppers from a bush outside, given 1 meal a day, and beaten with a belt so hard she couldn't walk. The affidavit also states that once investigators went into the home, they found multiple sets of handcuffs, including some still attached to the children's beds.
I'm so glad when all is said and done that this was caught, because if they're at this stage, it tells me they've been doing this and more for a while, and it was going to get worse.
Yolanda Valenzuela has been a child abuse expert in Bexar County for more than 20 years. She says that moving forward, these children involved in this case will need a lot of help.
So much that goes into the child abuse cases emotionally and psychologically that they have to go to therapy, and the sibling has to go to therapy as well with her. And I just pray that they find a nice, safe home.
Neighbors nearby who didn't want to go on camera tell us they've seen the little girls playing outside, but never suspected any abuse. Both Gonzalez and Valdez are now facing several different felony charges, but they have both bonded out of the Bexar County jail. In North Bexar County, Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
And we want to take this moment right now after hearing all that you heard. If you ever see a child or a case of child abuse or neglect, you can report it to the Department of Family and Protective Services. You see the number right there on your screen. It is 1-800-252-5400.
Okay, let's get back outside and show you the map right now. Again, pretty quiet, not a lot to see, all green in all directions. And again, just a little bit of construction overnight there in the Helotes area along 1604 and I-10. I want to get back to Alex Gomez, who just a moment ago was at the scene of an incident, a minor accident, where a truck was being led away on a flatbed. Alex, so what can you tell us right now?
Yeah, so this should be clearing soon, Ernie. Right now, this is going to be on the south side, 35 southbound, and it's right at the exit to Somerset Road and Casson Road. So in the meantime, you can take that early exit, take that Palo Alto Road exit, and you should be fine. But in the meantime, 35 South has that right lane blocked and even the exit to Somerset Road. closed this morning. But I'll keep you updated, Ernie. It shouldn't be here too long.
Very good. So yeah, I know we know you guys will, or you will stay on top of it for sure. So we'll check back in with Alex again coming up in just a little bit.
Thank you, guys. And let's take a look outside. Man, what a great morning. Temperatures are still falling, and we may see them fall a degree or two more. Right now, we're sitting at 68, but look at New Braunfels, 66. That is great weather. 65 in Converse. Boerne now in the 50s, 59 there, 70 at Stinson. So yeah, enjoy it while it lasts, because we'll get a few hours of this, and then temperatures will kind of flip the switch here, and they'll turn up quickly. 67 degrees at 7 a.m., 78 at 10 a.m., noontime 85, and then by 3 o'clock 91, and then our high temperature sometime around 4 or 5 o'clock 92. But we've got clear skies all day long. And we talked a little bit about the fact that, yes, we've had 2,100 degree days, better than the last few years. 2021 was kind of an anomaly there. So too was 2023 when we saw 75, but 20 is about average. The question I think that we have next is, do we have any more triple-digit days in our forecast? And I'll tell you this, we can't say for sure, but we've been keeping records on this sort of thing since 1885. And our latest 100-degree day is September 28th, 2005. On that day, we got up to 104, mind you, but that is our latest 100-degree day. So we cannot say for sure yet that we're done. The odds are increasing day by day, and we very well could be, but we just can't say for sure that we are. We do not have any triple-digit days in the forecast. I'm happy to report that. And that is despite the fact we have high pressure in the upper levels that'll be building in. I went ahead and put the precipitation on there as well, so you can kind of see where the rain is moving. Everything's moving up and around this ridge, so we don't get anything here in Texas. All the unsettled weather and the cooler weather will be up across the Pacific Northwest and then along the East Coast with a low there. But as long as this high pressure is around, it really just kind of squashes any rain chances. Even as it shifts a little bit further north late in the weekend, we're still not getting anything around here, and temperatures will still be plenty warm, likely in the mid-90s. All right, let's talk about how many days we have until fall. 13 officially until the fall equinox. 52 days until Halloween. Daylight saving time ends, by the way, 53 days, day after Halloween there. Thanksgiving is 79 days away. And then, of course, A&M versus Texas. You know I had to put that on there. We are 80 days away from that. Christmas, 107 days away. So, the temperatures this morning just kind of put you in that fall feel. And so we thought we'd put some numbers to it. Extended forecast, 94 Wednesday, 96 on Thursday, 95 Friday. We do probably see some more clouds as we head into the weekend, but hot. And those morning lows, by the way, start to drift upwards as well. So today and tomorrow, kind of our cool mornings. Beyond that, we get back into the 70s. All right, our Just Ask Justin question this morning.
Here we go.
You know, I pull from like random things that happen in my life. But my trash can has been raided over the last couple of weeks by what I believe is a raccoon. So then I started a deep dive into raccoons and what makes them so really brilliant. But they're also very talented foragers. And why is that? There's a specific reason that they're so good at digging through trash and all these things. Is it because they have great eyesight? Their ability to work in groups? Do they have highly sensitive paws, or do they have a strong sense of smell? There's one trait that really sets raccoons apart from other animals. You can go to ksat.com/poll and scan the QR code, and we'll give you that answer in about an hour and a half.
They do have tiny human hands, I think.
They do.
They do. They are so cute.
They're very dexterous.
Yeah.
Okay. Very
it is
good.
5:21 right now. We got 68 degrees outside.
Big day for Apple fans. Some new products expected today, plus a judge may reject a $1.5 billion AI privacy settlement. Tech Bites is coming up.
In today's Tech Bites, Apple's big event, the company is expected to introduce its new line of iPhones today. Better battery life and more sophisticated cameras are among the rumored features. New AirPods and Apple Watches are also expected to be unveiled. A judge has rejected a $1.5 billion settlement between the AI startup Anthropic and some 500,000 writers. The copyright lawsuit accuses the company of using pirated work to train their AI models. The judge reportedly expressed concerns about too many unanswered questions. And finally, the telecom company Vodafone is testing an AI actor in a new commercial. The avatar looks a lot like a woman at first glance, but a few things are off at times, like her hair and mannerisms. Vodafone says it's simply an experiment to test different styles of advertising. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
All right, from Tech Bites to Delicious Bites. Scan the QR code here to get tickets for the second annual Texas Eats Food Festival. It's September 20th at the Boeing Techport Center.
Anyone who goes will be able to try food from 20 top restaurants from across Texas. You need to be prepared because, get this, you got food from Michelin and James Beard award-winning chefs, where a portion of the proceeds can benefit the community foundation of the Texas Hill Country.
Delicious. All right, 526 right now, 68 degrees outside.
Caught on camera. We're talking about a thief in a wig cutting security tags and walking out of Louis Vuitton at La Cantera. Up next, we got an update on arrests from San Antonio police. Coming up on 5 Tuesday, coming into another beautiful morning.
So in the course of Justin's countdown a few moments ago of the different days are coming up, I did not realize that Halloween is on a Friday this year.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. It's going to get rowdy.
Which is going to be
It's going to get
right
rowdy.
before the time change.
Yes. It will get. That's
going to be a weekend right there.
Ready, Cougar.
It'll be pretty fun. Yes, and I was driving this morning and I reminded myself, I kind of felt like Ace Ventura there for a second. I was sticking my head out the window. It felt so beautiful
Let
outside.
me tell you something.
So great. Let's look at the sunrise. We're expecting it to be around 7:16. Sunset will be at 7:46, so we have exactly 12 hours and 30 minutes of daylight today. But get outside right now because it is so incredibly gorgeous. 68 degrees at the airport, 64 in New Braunfels. We got low 60s, even some 50s in the hill country this morning. And yes, a little bit warmer down across our typical warm spots, Carrizo Springs and Cotulla. But even there, feels better than it has been. Forecast 69 at 8 a.m., 78 10 a.m. And then eventually we do work our way up to 92. Dry air will get us there along with sunny skies. So it'll be a pretty rapid warm up later today. And then we get into even warmer temperatures as we finish out the week. I do need to talk about the tropics, though. We'll get into that coming up in just a couple minutes. Ernie?
Very good, sir. Thank you. 5:30 right now. So in less than a week, there were 2 deadly crashes on Southeast Military Drive. People trying to cross the street were hit and killed. And that is why the community is calling for change. So we first reported the death of Jeanette Espitia and her unborn child 3 weeks ago. She had gotten off a bus and was trying to cross Military when she was hit and killed. We now know another man was hit and killed in the same stretch of Military Drive just days later. The Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office has identified him as 28-year-old Noah Patterson. Family members are now calling for more pedestrian safety, and the city says it is trying to respond.
I'm going to fight for my sister and Noah and the baby.
We just have this happening throughout the district. So we're really trying to push forward and see if we can get resolutions through the Transportation Department with TxDOT.
The Southeast Military Drive is a TxDOT road. And in an emailed statement, a spokesperson for TxDOT told us that signals and crosswalks are actually maintained by the city of San Antonio. Drivers in both of these crashes are not expected to face any charges.
Hey there, good morning. 5:31 right now. When was the last time you saw something like this? We're talking about a guy allegedly shoplifting. He was wearing a wig. You can see him right there. He was caught on camera stealing from the Louis Vuitton store on Monday night at La Cantera. That video has been viewed over 98,000 times on TikTok. You can see the thieves cutting the security ties around the bags and grabbing the bags and walking out. San Antonio police say this happened around 8:35 Monday night, just before the store closed. Now, they haven't arrested anyone, and they don't know who the guy is. In the 22-second clip, it doesn't appear that the employees attempted to prevent him from leaving. Now, for safety reasons, many companies tell workers not to confront shoplifters. KSAT has reached out to the shops at La Cantera for more information, but we have not heard back. You can watch the entire video right now on KSAT.com. Just search for Louis Vuitton.
Hopefully he's found soon.
Goodness.
Okay, James Hunter Schmidt founded the Kerr County Sheriff's Foundation, which is the agency's fundraising arm. But this was weeks after pleading guilty to 2 felony charges.
Records uncovered by KSAT Investigates raise questions about why it took so long for Schmidt to face significant justice, despite repeated run-ins with the law in Kerr County.
What was your role with the Sheriff's Office Foundation?
I don't have one at the moment, so.
No, what was it?
I don't have one.
What was your role?
I'm good, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks.
So tonight on the Night Beat, Sheriff Larry Letha weighs in, and Schmidt learns his fate after his latest felony conviction.
All right, this morning, the Buc-ee's development in Boerne has hit another roadblock after being in the works for nearly a decade. Now they're dealing with the zoning issue. Buc-ee's wants to use a nearby 5-acre tract for employee parking, but the land's zoning was never updated when the city adopted a new development code in 2021. Now the city is asking the public to weigh in, and many Boerne residents had a laundry list of issues. Those include topics like traffic, light pollution, public safety, and flooding risk.
A lot of people move to Boerne for the small town feel, the country feel, and to see the beautiful sky lit up with stars at night. I can get emotional talking to you about it. That will be gone forever.
Now, eventually, the Planning and Zoning Commission voted 6-1 to delay the zoning decision for 60 days. Many hoping more time will give them a better opportunity to demand changes from the iconic gas station.
All right, some more morning headlines for you. Jury selection is now underway for the man accused of attempting to assassinate President Trump last year in Florida. Ryan Ruth is defending himself in his federal trial, and things got off to a rocky start. The judge chastised Ruth for his potential jury questions, saying they were too political and irrelevant. One was about the war in Gaza, another about the U.S. possibly acquiring Greenland. But the most bizarre one may have been whether potential jurors would stop to help a turtle in the road. Jury selection is set to continue today and tomorrow. Opening statements are expected on Thursday. All right, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has approved large-scale human trials of pig kidney transplants. The biotech company eGenesis says its gene-edited pigs are bred so that their organs are more compatible with humans. The company uses technology that lets scientists remove a gene that would normally trigger immediate rejection. Well, right now, more than 100,000 Americans are waiting for an organ donation, and most of them are waiting for kidneys.
All right, 5:35 right now. We know Christmas is a ways off. I think Justice said like a little bit over 100 days. Preparations, though, already underway over at the University of Incarnate Word. Volunteers gathered on campus to get the Christmas lights ready. Now, if you haven't been there, you need to make it a point to go this year because the entire UIW campus lit up and everyone can go and enjoy it.
Light the Way is really UIW's gift to the San Antonio community. It's the time of year when we put up all the lights around campus, over 1 million twinkling lights.
So the Light the Way celebration kicks off on November the 22nd, 2025 with the annual Flip of the Switch.
And that is such a cool thing to see if you've never been able to do that. The UIW does such a good job with that. Okay, back outside of the traffic again. RJ enjoying a day off today, so we're going to try to keep you on time. And again, right now, you can see everybody's moving along just fine. There's green all over the place. And even the overnight construction that he normally talks about are not really slowing anybody down right now. We don't see any yellow or red on the traffic map right now. I'm just double checking the device here. Don't see any major accidents either. And again, nothing to report on the map. So that is a good sign. We can check in with Alex Gomez once again in Drive Cam. Last half hour, he was at the scene of a minor accident, not on one of the highways, but nonetheless, we'll check in with Alex and find out where he is this morning and how things are looking on Drive Cam. And are you going windows down this morning? I know it feels really good outside.
Yeah, no AC on in Drive Cam this morning. It actually did feel good getting into the car this morning. So that's the good news. And actually, I have more good news. The South Side incident has cleared. So 35 southbound near Somerset, that's back open. So we are back to being crash free on the highways this morning, Ernie.
Okay, very good. Alex Gomez doing his thing in Drive Cam this morning. Again, we'll continue to keep an eye on and things looking really good so far out there. So as soon as that changes, if and when that happens, we will let you know with Drive Cam and traffic.
All right, 5:37. Okay, we want to invite all of you to join us. The 12th annual Head for the Care 5K, September the 27th. You've heard about it. It's a special event dedicated to raising awareness and funds for brain cancer research, and also a race that is near and dear to our hearts here at KSAT. It honors our late news director, Jim Boyle.
So the race will start at 8 o'clock in the morning right outside our KSAT studios at Providence Catholic School. You can visit ksatcommunity.com and look for this story. We also have a link where you can register, and when you do that, you can use the code CURE, and that will give you a $7 discount on the registration fee. So again, that's coming up. You've got David Elder's event on the 20th. You've got this on the 27th, so a few opportunities to get out and hang out with us here later on this month.
Truly is a great event. I hope so many people come out and join us for that run. All right, outside right now it is clear. It is beautiful, as we mentioned. I'm going to take you to Hawaii coming up here in just a few minutes and show you why they are bracing for some higher surf because of some tropical activity that's coming up.
5:38 right now. Get ready to see art that you can actually eat. Okay, up next, San Antonio's Canstruction returns. How you can help local food banks and have some fun for free.
And I'm not seeing too many delays this morning, so I'm on my way to the northeast side, and I'll have more for you after the break.
It is now 5:44, September Hunger Action Awareness Month, and the San Antonio Food Bank has partnered with a number of architecture firms and colleges to let people know that they can help in a very big way.
A very creative way, too. It's a yearly event called Canstruction, and you can see the towering creations right now over at North Star Mall. And Devin Karp is live in the KSAT kitchen to give us a little sneak peek at what's happening there. Good morning to you, sir.
Hey, good morning, guys. I may not be the best structural engineer or architect. That's the reason I kind of went into reporting, but I thought I'd give them a hand of my own. There we go. It's still standing. Not too bad. Okay, this might not be too impressive, but if you check out some of the Canstructions over at the North Star Mall, imagine this, but 10 feet tall with thousands and thousands of cans all going to feed families across San Antonio. That's what Canstruction is. The San Antonio Food Bank has partnered with a number of architecture firms along with the San Antonio Chapter for Design Administration and the American Institute of Architecture to put together 8 teams made up of students and working professionals, all who can take these art sculptures out of thousands of cans and a little bit of tape. The food bank says since this was started 17 years ago, it's donated 600,000 pounds of food from the event, and it's all worth it to inspire neighbors to think about those who could be hungry in their community.
This is Hunger Action Month for the San Antonio Food Bank, and Canstruction is out there to help bring awareness just to the needs in our community around hunger, around food insecurity. They'll be out in the mall all month, these Canstructions, so we invite people to come see them.
If you want to jump in on the action, you can vote for the people's favorite over at the mall. Once you do that, you show up to a sculpture. You can scan a QR code there this month, with the winner being announced on September 26th. So those sculptures are going to be in the North Star Mall for the rest of this month. Over on the first floor, and hopefully I think they're going to be a little bit better than this. We're going to be out there later on today here bringing you some of the ideas of just what it takes to put it together and hearing from some of the teams who put sculptures together. For now, I'll send it back to y'all. Devin Karp, KSAT 12 News.
Hey, it's okay, Devin. I see you got a little tilt going on at the top of that. That's creative.
The Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Hey, did you see that sugar skull? That's ridiculous.
Well, I'm noticing they incorporated the colors of the can, too, to make the designs. That's
I love that.
pretty incredible stuff.
Next
very,
level
very
thinking
gifted
there.
stuff.
Good stuff.
How are we looking on the roadways?
Pretty good. I'm checking the phone, and we're checking the map, and everything's looking good. Again, RJ's out today, so let me come on up here and show you, well, a lot of nothing right now, which is a great thing. We have no major accidents here. Just double checking. There was a wreck on the southwest side, kind of along 35 and Casson Road. I believe that's where Alex Gomez was a little while ago, and that would have been kind of in this area here. And it has since been cleared. So again, it's not reflected in any way here on the map. And again, all kinds of green in every direction right now. Even the overnight construction that we've seen on the northeast side and over here on the northwest side, not slowing anybody down at the moment. So very good. And we know we understand it feels really good outside. So if you are getting ready to take off, you should be good commute-wise. Alex Gomez has been out in drive cam this morning. And we've been checking in with him to see what's happening and what he's reporting on. And you're moving along quite nicely. Alex, how's it going on this Tuesday, sir?
Yeah, good morning, Ernie. It's very smooth over here. I just made it to the northeast side. This is going to be 35 northbound near O'Connor Road, and I'm not even seeing any construction delays on this side of town. So the northeast side is going to be flawless this morning, Ernie.
I love it. Very good. Okay, well, we'll continue to keep an eye on Alex and Drive Cam, and as soon as we get an update or have anything to report, we will let you know with traffic.
Thank you, guys. You know what's interesting? When I left for work this morning, there was still a lot of construction going on, and my phone actually told me, hey, don't go that way. It's amazing what the phones know the construction now.
Yes. Is that your first heads up?
I usually don't look at I am old school.
Yeah.
I go somewhere. I don't look at my phone to get directions. My wife, on the other hand, everywhere she goes.
There you
So
go.
let me just put it in my phone. I don't know. It's different. Anyway, okay, let's talk about the tropical weather outlook. No development is expected across the Atlantic. This is rare. I will tell you this, because not only are we expecting, or were we expecting, an above average season, but the peak of hurricane season is tomorrow. And you go back in time, you look at the numbers, we've always at least had something, some sort of wave out there around this time to talk about, and we don't. It's kind of a weird situation. I don't think anyone's really complaining. We obviously don't want a big hurricane or anything like that, but there is no tropical moisture to speak of, or at least tropical development in the Atlantic. Now, it's a little different story out in the Pacific. We have Tropical Storm Kiko, and look, this doesn't look great. But you see the little swirl right there. There's not a lot of thunderstorm activity with this, and this really is weakening. But it's significant because Hawaii is right here. Hawaii can occasionally see some tropical weather. It's kind of few and far between, but in this case, they are getting some higher waves kicked up by Tropical Storm Kiko, and it will move just north of the island, so they will not take a direct hit here as it moves into cooler waters and it weakens. All right, let's go outside for you. It is so beautiful, as we've been saying, here in San Antonio. 68 degrees in San Antonio, 66 in New Braunfels, 65 Converse, 59 right now in Boerne, 70 in Stinson. So just, I don't know that you need a jacket, but if you're heading to the bus stop right now, it could be a little cool for some before temperatures will rebound once that sun comes up, which again will be around 7:15 this morning. So by noontime, 85. And we're all the way up to 92 for a high today. So that is quite a turnaround from those mornings in the 60s. And as we've been showing you, the long-term forecast is not great for rainfall because we have our ridge of high pressure, which, as you know, creates sinking air and typically takes away any chance for rain. This goes all the way through Saturday, and this thing's still around through Saturday. You got to go to the west coast to find rain, or perhaps the east coast. But really, the middle part of the country stays pretty quiet because of this ridge of high pressure. And even going into Sunday, there's not much there. Again, maybe some rain out west. But we can't put anything rain-wise in the forecast. I can put some higher temperatures, though, unfortunately, in there with that ridge over top of us. And Thursday could be one of our hotter days, 96. 95 Friday and Saturday. So Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night football will be toasty, just to let you know. Again, maybe a few more clouds by Friday and into the weekend, but nothing significant there in your 7-day forecast. Okay, our Just Ask Justin question this morning has to do, well, kind of with my trash can. So I went outside and there had been something that had been rummaging through my trash. It had taken all the leftovers. I'm assuming it was a raccoon. So this got me thinking. And by the way, raccoons are very cute, very talented animals. But I wanted to know, why are raccoons such talented foragers? There is one reason and one thing that sets them apart from other animals after doing my research here. Is it great eyesight, ability to work in groups, highly sensitive paws, or strong sense of smell? This one may surprise you. We got votes for all of them, but you can weigh in. KSAT.com/polls, scan the QR code. That answer comes your way in about an hour.
5:52 right now, 68 degrees outside.
All right, McDonald's is serving up a comeback. Extra value meals are back on the menu. Could your favorites be a part of that deal? Find out up next. 5:55 now, your morning consumer headlines. McDonald's is bringing back its popular Extra Value Meals menu. The chain relaunched the discount menu on Monday. It was eliminated in 2019 and will remain through the rest of this year. The meal deals will include some of McDonald's most popular items, including the Egg McMuffin, Big Mac, Chicken McNuggets, and Quarter Pounder. The move comes after McDonald's reported a sharp drop in low-income customers.
All right, let's talk about your favorites. Nominations for the SA Picks 2025 contest are in. Again, we've been asking you to choose your San Antonio's top businesses. You've definitely been doing that. You can scan that QR code because we're keeping the competition going. We got the finalists there. You got to put your vote in by September the 20th, which is right around the corner. Plus, you can vote for each category once per day. We're going to announce those winners later this month.
Thousands of votes coming in, so we appreciate that. Well, after years of court battles, Uvalde CISD's new legal team says they will release all of the records from the Robb Elementary shooting. Up next, why families there say crucial documents are still missing.
Plus, we got a 16-year-old is shot by San Antonio police officers after that teen allegedly attacked them, where it happened, and how the police chief is responding this morning.
And Drive Cam on the way out the door this hour. Alex Gomez standing by to give us an update on what's happening on a beautiful Tuesday morning. More GMSA after a break.